Hello, all. Welcome to the next episode of Inspire. One prominent American whose mind Swami Vivekananda read was John D. Rockefeller, the founder of Standard Oil, the parent company of today's ExxonMobil. Rockefeller met Swami Vivekananda in the 1890s. At the time, Rockefeller was in his mid-50s and an exceptionally wealthy man. Where Vivekananda stayed at in Chicago was the house of a friend of John D. Rockefeller. He did not want to meet Swamiji, but was pushed to it by an impulse and went directly to the house of his friend. Brushing aside the butler who opened the door, he went in to meet the Hindu monk. The butler ushered him into the living room, and not waiting to be announced, Rockefeller entered into Swamiji's adjoining study, and much surprised as he was to see Swami Vivekananda sitting behind his writing table, and he did not even lift his eyes to see who had entered. John felt insulted. They started to talk. After a while, Swamiji told Rockefeller much about his past that was not known to any but himself, and made him understand that the money he had already earned was not his, that he was only a medium, and that his duty was to do good to the world and help those in need. Rockefeller was annoyed that anyone dared to talk to him that way and tell him what to do. He left the room in irritation, not even saying goodbye. But about a week later, again he entered Swamiji's study, and finding him in the same position as before, threw on his desk a paper which told of his plans to donate an enormous amount of money towards financing a public institution. "Well, there you are," said Swamiji. "You must be satisfied now, and you can thank me for it." Madame Drinette Verdier, to whom this incident was narrated by Emma Calve, wrote in her journal, "Swamiji didn't even lift his eyes, did not move. Then, taking the paper, he quietly read it, saying, 'It is for you to thank me.' That was all." This was Rockefeller's first large donation to the public welfare. If John Rockefeller revolutionized the petroleum industry, he also redefined corporate philanthropy in the United States. 15 years later, the Rockefeller Foundation was established to promote the well-being of mankind throughout the world. The foundation pioneered the development of medical research, helped eradicate hookworm and yellow fever, and took far-reaching initiatives in public health and education in both United States and the less developed regions of the world. Rockefeller died at the age of 98. He wrote sometime in his late 70s, "I'm sure it is a mistake to assume that the possession of money in great abundance necessarily brings happiness. The very rich are just like all the rest of us. And if they get pleasure from the possession of money, it comes from their ability to do things which give satisfaction to someone besides themselves." Obviously, this value was instilled in John by Swami Vivekananda. Today, the foundation work is being emulated by many other big foundations working around the world. As Swami Vivekananda says, "This unselfishness is the test of religion. He who has more unselfishness is more spiritual and nearer to Shiva. Whether he is learned or ignorant, whether he knows it or not, he is nearer to Shiva than anybody else." Let us, in this pious month of Adhik Maas, give as much as possible. Thank you so much for watching and listening to Inspire.